what? You are in for a treat tonight. What an atmosphere for volleyball as the Purdue Boilermakers tonight go from being the favorites last night to the underdogs this evening. Michelle Coker, the setter I just mentioned, will start serving this regional final. And perhaps a little bit of nerves there on the opening serve for Coker. Point to Purdue.
There's a lot on the line for both of these teams tonight, and you have to remember they need to feel each other out. They're coming off very big matches here.
One thing you won't hear me say tonight is point Texas. You'll hear me say point Purdue, but you'll find out in a moment, I'm assuming, when Texas scores, why you don't have to rely on your play-by-play announcer tonight to give you who wins the point. There it is. The crowd says point Texas after every Longhorn point. Julianne Fawcett, the Big 12 Player of the Year with his serve. Out. Not touched, though Purdue wanted to call. Point Texas.
Purdue is very good off of 1 foot behind the setter, so I think they're going to try and establish the middles and the right sides from behind early to force Texas to put their block over there.
Fawcett really stepped up as that match got deeper and deeper last night against Illinois. Fawcett sends it over. And the hammer brought down by Rabarczyk, just a redshirt freshman.
When you take a look here and you see such a great set, there's only one blocker on Rabarczyk. They have to get 2 blockers over there and close together to take away some of the court from her.
Gresham was the server. Shadir McNeil.
McNeil is a dynamic player, and when she's hot, she is on, and she puts the ball down. But the important thing for Texas is to get a good pass so that they can give her the ball.
And she has her best matches when other teams are focusing on Adams, and that's what Purdue's trying to do tonight. Point to Purdue as Ariel Turner, one of those stars we mentioned in our open, goes back to serve. Turner, the go-to player for Purdue, just a sophomore. This program in its first Elite Eight in program history. Let's take a look at the Purdue coach, Dave Shondell, in his 8th season after 22 years as a successful club and high school coach. He's taken this program to its first Elite Eight. When he took it over, Purdue had 1 winning season in the previous 9. Since then, he's gone to 6 NCAA tournaments with Purdue, and he is a defensive coach, stresses defense. And last night, Kelly, Purdue did an amazing job of getting Florida out of system. But first, Jarrett Elliott in his 10th season, perhaps a candidate for National Coach of the Year this year. He's been to the national semis 2 years ago, national championship last year, 5 set losses for Texas. And Fawcett and the Longhorns trying to come back within 2 now. But I'd love to get your comments on this Purdue team able to beat the #1 team in the nation last night, getting Florida completely out of system.
It was really about consistency, and I think that they just had a calm energy throughout the night. Florida was all over the place, and they really just couldn't pass that hit. And I think that was the big difference. You look at this Purdue team, yes, they are young, but they have some solid sophomores and a senior setter that is calling the shots, and I think that's a big difference maker for them this year. And they have the experience now with a great conference schedule.
We were just looking at that senior setter, Jacqueline Hart. Amber Robertson, the junior outside hitter from San Antonio, Texas, just down the road here from Austin. Very important for Robertson to have a big match as well. Jarrett Elliott, again, 10th season as the head coach here. He's got the #1 recruiting class in the country coming in next year, as well as the return of one of their best players from last year, Bailey Webster, who was just a freshman last year. This Texas team's going to be good for a long time, Kelly. tough to put Purdue away. Wow. Point Purdue. They don't go away. The Boilermakers, one of the scrappiest teams you're going to see with size.
Sam, you want to talk about great defense. You look at Purdue all around. They have amazing coverage off the block. They pick it up. They put their bodies all over the floor to get every single ball up. They have the best attitude when it comes to defense. Nothing hits the floor. I'll do anything I can to get the ball up.
Another point for Purdue. Purdue, that kill by Kristen Arthurs. And Texas is going to take a timeout here. Things have not started off too great for the Longhorns. Purdue is keeping the crowd and the Longhorns out of this opening set so far.
The NCAA Women's Volleyball Regional Finals is presented by Enterprise Rent-A-Car. We'll pick you up.
Austin, Texas, the Capitol building in the background. We're out on the campus of the University of Texas, where Purdue has come to town to try to spoil this party for the Longhorns. Dave Shangel and his Boilermakers, they only finished 4th in the Big Ten, and you're like, well, how are they in the Elite Eight? Well, they've won 8 of their last 9 matches. They beat the #1 ranked team in the country last night. This team is on quite a roll, and I think playing in that Big Ten conference really prepared Purdue for this tournament.
You know, they talked a lot about every single night having to play their best volleyball, so that truly prepares you for the NC2A tournament.
Got to go over. Palmer sends it. Great. No, it's out. Almost a great dig by Palmer. And Purdue continues to keep Texas at arm's length.
Sam, something I think important to watch for the viewers is look at how concise and tight of a volleyball game Purdue plays. It's a great pass, set, hit every time. And Texas is a little more of an emotional bang the ball and put it down kind of team.
Jennifer Doris gets the kill for Texas. Here's that effort you were talking about. This time on the Texas side of the net.
She does a great job of reading the ball. She's just a tad bit late. If she can run up there and pick it up without falling, she'll have a much better pass.
Touched by Texas. Another kill for Purdue and Kristen Arthurs. She's one of the leaders of this Boilermaker team. Arthurs, a middle blocker. 11-6, Purdue leading this opening set. It's a best-of-5 set final. And Fawcett finally getting going from the left side.
You're going to see that a lot tonight. Fawcett doesn't tip or roll shot very much. She goes up with all of her power and cranks at the ball. And even if there's a perfect block right in front of her, she's able to weasel her way right through it. She's just so powerful and strong on the outside.
Here's Hannah Allison, one of the 2 setters for Texas. She's just a freshman who was a starter earlier this year and then went out with an ankle injury. And Purdue just continues to keep this crowd out of this match. I mean, this place, I thought the roof, I could feel it vibrating last night. This was unbelievable when Texas was coming back in the 5-setter against Illinois, and Purdue has to get off to a good start. The Boilermakers have done that. Good block as Adams and Fawcett. Adams and McNeil forming the fortress here.
You see she goes up, they close very nicely together. They're hip to hip, close their hands over the net to stop that ball.
Fawcett, not just Big 12 player of the year, also an academic all Big 12 performer. Shadair McNeil. Here's a little personal look at Julianne Fawcett. She wants to go to Jamaica, would like to meet Michael Jordan, wants to be a wife, mom, happy, and her dad is the St. Louis Rams assistant strength coach. A very athletic family, the Fawcetts, as Texas tries to climb back in this opening set.
You think she'll take me to Jamaica with her?
I don't know. You better be nice to her. Her dad, assistant strength coach for the Rams. He was a linebacker at Maryland.
Called over on that one. The ball was on the Purdue side of the net. Texas reached over the net. You're not allowed to break the plane of the net if the ball is on the other side to grab it onto your side.
Jared Elliott getting an explanation. See if we can pick it up on the replay.
You watch the ball over the net. She reaches over to grab it. Interferes with the setter, and that's a problem. You can't interfere with the setter touching the ball when she goes for it.
14-10 Purdue. A kill by Turner.
Turner is a stud. You get her a great set, she will put the ball away. She always finds a way to see the